Dartmoor. It's beautiful, it's mysterious, it's eerie. There's little wonder that travellers over the years have told stories of demons and witches and spirits. But none of those stories are quite as bizarre as that of the hairy hands. So I've driven out here to the B3212. It's the main road between Moorland and Princetown. And it's the setting of a truly bizarre series of events. One of the first of these events to be recorded was in 1921 and happened to Dr. Helby, a medical officer from Princetown. He was driving down this road on a motorbike with his two young girls in the sidecar. Partway along the road, he seemed to lose control of the bike. He yelled to the girls to jump from the sidecar. They did so, but Dr. Helby seemed unable to jump from the bike, which veered violently off the side of the road. He was killed. The girls both claimed that the doctor seemed to be fighting against something to keep control of the bike, but the incident went unexplained. More crashes occurred along the same stretch of road in the exact same place, but either there were no survivors or those who did survive seemed unwilling to explain what had happened. That was until an army officer fell victim to the same stretch of road whilst driving his motorcycle. He claimed that as he was driving down the road, he felt an evil presence in the air, and then calloused, hairy hands gripping hold of his own and forcing with supernatural strength him off to the side of the road. The police chose to ignore this story, but then, not long after, a woman who had no knowledge of that incident claimed the exact same thing in the exact same place, a pair of disembodied, hairy hands grabbing hold of her own and forcing her off the road. If you look back before the 1900s, there are reports in the same area of horses inexplicably rearing up, smashing their carriages and bolting. It seems that at least for the last 200 years, travellers have been wary of this stretch of road. Many of the locals maintain that the cause is in fact people from out of town driving too fast along this high-walled road, misjudging it and losing control. But that doesn't explain why some of those who have fallen victim to the hands have been locals who've driven this road often and know it well. Perhaps there's another, more paranormal explanation. Not far from where I'm stood now are the high, ominous walls of Dartmoor Prison, a prison immortalised by Arthur Conan Doyle's Hound of the Baskervilles. But in the early 1800s, it was the location of another story, one that bears an eerie relevance to the hairy hands. At the time, it was home to hundreds of American sailors, prisoners from the 1812 war who, after the 1814 treaty, had been abandoned there by America. Imprisoned by the British, they made a bid for freedom by tunnelling out of the prison, but their tunnels were discovered by the British, and 300 of them were rounded up in the prison's courtyard, and the guards opened fire, slaughtering all but 30 who, in the chaos, managed to escape. All of them were to perish on the moor, but not before one of them made it here, to this road, where he jumped on a horse and carriage and he tried to force the reins from the driver's hands. The driver managed to push him back and he fell onto the road and was crushed under the wheels. I guess we'll never really know the truth behind any of these events, but it is a good story. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Have an awesome Halloween. Take care, and I'll see you next time.